I visited a lodging deep in the mountains for a school club camp. The place was beautiful, and roughly 500 to 700 meters away there was a sightseeing hotel, convenience store, etc. Well, there wasn't much else around, but we were really excited. Then, that night. Bored, we got permission from the teacher in charge to go buy some things from the convenience store. 5 of us went outside and started walking, and because we hadn't been out there during the day, we didn't notice. But behind the camp lodgings, there was another building that looked like a house. The lights weren't on, so it was probably an empty residential house, or maybe a separate lodging. On the way back from the convenience store, one of the junior members suddenly said something strange. "Hey, the door to that building we passed before was slightly open. Did you guys see a kid peeking out?" "Huh? You're really gonna try and scare us with that?" We made fun of him, but he refuted us with a straight face, so we were kinda creeped out. "Then let's go check it out. We've got nothing else to do anyway," my friend said, so we all went over to the building. As we stood in front of it, it really was creepy. We couldn't tell from far away, but the walls were covered in moss and vines grew here and there. All of the windows were boarded up, and it appeared to have been left abandoned for quite some time. My friend casually knocked on the door, and then it opened. It opened. We were scared, but we were also kids. We all went inside. Once we were in, being summer, the place was extremely humid and stank of mold. It was dusty and stank, but the inside looked rather clean, and there was no furniture, so it was spacious as well. "Hey, it's that kid from before," the junior member suddenly whispered, and then we all saw it. Hey, seriously? A child peeking out from behind the door. Someone was here? You all see that, right? Is that a person? Shit, let's get the hell out of here. The being was looking right at us, although it didn't seem like it was going to attack. We all thought about running. Then the junior member suddenly burst out laughing, loud enough to echo throughout the entire house. "Hey, what's wrong? Hey!" Wondering what was wrong, we moved around to look at his face. Then we realized the deep situation we were in. He really was laughing strangely, but his face was expressionless, and large tears formed in his eyes. Plus something smelt bad. He'd wet himself. "Hey, get it together, man! Shit, what the hell is going on?" My friend slapped his cheeks and shook him, but it was like he couldn't see us at all, and he continued laughing while crying. "We can't just leave him like this. We have to carry him back to camp," the calmest of us all said, and we all carried him back towards the front door. Then I realized something. The place where the child had been looking at us, it had disappeared. It was gone. That thing that hadn't taken its eyes off us until just before. It had disappeared at some point after we turned away. Where did it go? I thought. Hey, no way. Why? The door won't open. My friend screamed as he tried to open the door. We put the junior member down, and everyone tried tackling and forcing the door open. But it wouldn't budge. We panicked and looked at each other. Ho ho ho, ho ho ho, ho ho ho. We heard a mechanical, toneless voice. The junior member started laughing and rolling around on the floor. We had to get out of there. Thinking if we could just break the window sash in the living room, we'd be able to get out, I told everyone as much, and we rushed over. When I suddenly saw it, I was speechless. A face looking at us from upstairs. When did it move? Ho ho ho, ho ho ho, ho ho ho. Just above the landing on the stairs, a child's face peeked down at us. The moonlight shone behind it, so I couldn't see its expression, but judging by the size and hairstyle, it was the same child as before. Again, I heard the ho 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 voice. The owner of that voice seemed to be the child. But something was strange. Something felt wrong. I soon realized what. The child appeared to be leaning far out over the railing, but I could only see its head. It's extending its neck? Hey, what are you doing? Let's get out of here. My friend grabbed my arm and dragged me to the living room. For me, it seemed just a moment, but the other four had already carried the junior member into the living room, broken the window, and ripped out the boards while I stared upstairs. I didn't know what was going on, but we had to get out, so I helped them carry him outside. That same ho 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 voice continued inside the house. Are we out now? Huh? Hey, hang on. What's this? The front entrance. What on earth is this? We were outside. Or we should have been. We stood in front of the entrance again. No way. Hey, what's going on? We'd looped back around. Was this the child's work? We couldn't comprehend what was going on. Hey, that voice we heard before, has it stopped? My friend said, and everyone nodded when they noticed it too. Silence surrounded us. Hey, what should we do? I'm thinking. But no matter how much I thought, I couldn't find an answer. But I had to. We looked desperately around the area. Hey, what's that? Someone pointed, and we all looked that way. It couldn't be. That? A mysterious doll by the stairs. It wasn't there when we arrived. It was right in front of us, but nobody noticed it until someone said something. It was a creepy Japanese doll that clearly didn't suit the surroundings. Come to think of it, it looked just like that kid we'd seen earlier too. Then... ho ho ho, ho ho ho, ho ho ho. Suddenly something laughed. Shit, I can hear it again! It doesn't matter what you do, just destroy that doll. My friend ran over and attacked the doll as hard as he could. Well, perhaps he'd been right on the mark, because as soon as the doll broke, the laugh disappeared. Then, hey, the door opened. At those words, we left without looking at anything else. Even now, we still don't know what that was. After that, we safely returned to the lodgings. The junior member was fine the next day, as though nothing had happened. But I still can't get what my friend said out of my head. When I broke that doll, there was something creepy written all over the inside of it. But there was just one thing that I could read. It said, Uzu doll. This urban legend speaks to the fear of the unknown, of existences that can't be understood. It's officially recorded as Hyose, Uzu doll. Hyose didn't appear in this particular story, but in reality it is a part of it. Hyose was originally a famous local yokai, but it rarely showed itself to people. It appeared to pregnant and infertile women on the roof of their houses and laughed, and when it did, they would have a safe birth or find themselves pregnant. It was an extremely good yokai, but for some unknown reason, several decades earlier, it had attacked and killed a child, meaning it was also a dangerous existence. Although it physically resembled this yokai and shared the same laugh, other details didn't match, and it became clear that this was the Uzu doll. People still don't know what it really is. It's neither a ghost nor a yokai, but some say it's a type of cursed object. Inside it are the letters Kampo 2, the year 1743, as well as the artist's unreadable name, and the characters for Uzu doll. This is how the story was born. By the way, some say that the famous Japanese yokai Rokuro Kubi was the model for the story of Uzu doll.